أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. صلى الله على سيدنا محمد وآله وصحبه وسلم تسليما. الحمد لله وكفى والسلام على عباد الذين اصطفى. أما بعد. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, I seek refuge in Allah from the rejected shaitan. May Allah bless our master, Sayyidina Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his family, companions, and give them peace. All praises are due to Allah, for He is sufficient for us. Peace be upon His slave, whom He has chosen. As to what follows. Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Munira, alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Here we go again. May Allah bless our map. Alhamdulillah, another episode of the Half Your Deen show. And yes, you see me by myself, so y'all wondering where the other half. He's here. Alhamdulillah. He'll be here shortly, inshallah. Alhamdulillah, I missed y'all. If I had the best internet connection, I would have tried to tune in, but that would have been impossible. We were 5 hours apart as far as time, so him starting at 8 o'clock, so that would be 9, 10, 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning that I would have had to stay up to do a show, and that wouldn't have been possible, mashallah. So he held it down for the last month. Alhamdulillah. I know he did a good job. Alhamdulillah. I seen the comments. And I seen the interaction. Alhamdulillah. So, alhamdulillah, I'm back. Alhamdulillah. I hope I didn't dampen anybody's parade because of that. I'm just messing. But alhamdulillah, I'm glad to be here. For those who didn't know, I was in the motherland. I was in the Gambia for a whole month, maybe a little over a month, maybe a couple of days over a month. I left the day after our last show together in February 13th, and I just got back on Friday night. Well, actually, I got back into the States on Friday night. I didn't get actually home until Saturday morning around Subha. And I'm still trying to get my rest. So y'all have to bear with me. In the meantime, we did have a presentation at our Masjid Al-Mu'min, regarding my trip. So now for those who missed it or wasn't able to participate in that, I am putting up pictures and commentary of my trip. So the pics and the video that I posted so far was the first end, was the beginning of my trip, ending at us arriving in Casablanca, Morocco. So if I have enough energy after the show, I will resume from then on to another portion of my journey, inshallah. So I welcome everyone to join me. It is meant to be informal. I want you to feel like you were on the journey with me. Like when I see people go on their trips and go on their adventures, I like to look at the pictures and imagine myself there with them, you know, because I may not be able to ever visit there. So why not enjoy it, you know, along with someone that has actually, experienced it. So alhamdulillah, it's a mercy, alhamdulillah, to do this, and it's a mercy that Allah took me there and back safely in one piece, alhamdulillah. It's only by the grace of Allah that He held that plane in the air for so long. Nothing but Allah's power can do that. That right there alone should just make a person say La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. There's nothing that can compare to His ability. There's nothing impossible for Him. Subhanallah. Subhanallah. Just thinking about it just giving me chills. So are you trying to join me now? Brother Imam? Because I have to move. So if you're going to come,
I don't know you.
Oh, he don't know me that whole month. He don't forgot.
What's your name? We should be alone together.
We should be alone together.
Nah.
No, Shay talking to third party now.
Yeah.
Oh, subhanallah.
Leave me like that.
Alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alhamdulillah. I was just talking to the audience and telling them about my trip. And what I didn't add to that is that I was away from my best friend for that whole time. I missed him so much. MashaAllah.
Who's that?
Who's that?
Your best friend. Who's some other brother you talking about? Somebody in your inbox or something?
No, you. I don't mean to be mushy, but alhamdulillah. A month is a long time. MashaAllah. For some, maybe no big deal. It is a big deal to me. So anyway, alhamdulillah, you've been holding it down for a month. Alhamdulillah. And I see that you've been doing a good job. Alhamdulillah. I was looking at the comments. I wasn't able to look at the video at all as far as
Nadita.
What did Nadita say?
Said, mashallah, brother got peppered in speech. His Habibati is back.
Mashallah, mashallah. So
I'm tired too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got jet lag. Like my speech is faster than my thinking, so y'all gotta forgive me. I'm trying to connect my brain with the rest of me.
I got I-76 lag.
I-76 lag.
Yeah, you got jet lag. I got 76 lag. Turnpike lag.
This is bad a lot. Alhamdulillah. So, today's show is entitled Knowing How to Move On. And the subtitle regarding that.
Let me see if I can cut this off. Hold on.
Yeah.
Excuse me, y'all. Wait a minute. When that thing leaves, come on.
It's just sitting there.
Yeah, you gonna leave? Nope, I gotta do it this way. That ain't gonna work either.
Nope. Oh well. So we don't have to listen to that each and every time. You hot, brother.
Let me try that.
Your page
Excuse me,
hot.
y'all.
You a
that ain't
mess.
gonna work either.
It's not. Nope.
Let me try this. Hold on.
Is that gonna cut down on our volume? No. The media is. They gotta hear us.
Okay.
Yeah.
They gonna hear that vibrating though.
MashaAllah. All right.
Tell us if we still good, inshallah, as far as the sound is concerned.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Can y'all hear us? Let us know in the comments. Because we are speaking.
On Facebook, that is.
Yeah.
I just did something with the phone.
So let me know if we're speaking. We don't want to continue on and no one hear us.
Mixler, the sound is good. Alhamdulillah, Facebook sound is good. Shukran, Taliban.
Alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum, Imani. Alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum. Was that from today?
Yeah.
I can't tell.
That's from today.
MashaAllah. Good. I don't mean to be dragging on about my trip, but this trip that I took done taken me to another level. Alhamdulillah. That's my first time out of the States. And the experience itself.
I'm reading a comment and I'm hearing Sister Imani's voice as she's saying it. Mm-hmm. In her Assalamu alaikum from Imani and my future co. And yes, loud and clear. I'm reading it, but I'm hearing it. I'm hearing her voice.
MashaAllah. Yeah, so this trip has taken me to another level, and it just got me on a different mindset. Positive, of course. And so I'm hoping to open up this opportunity to you all as well, if y'all trying to take it to another level. Anyway, I was just...
Elaborate. Don't just throw that out there and then just move on. What you mean by that?
Well, you took your trip to the Gambia, and you had your experience. Wa alaikum salam to Lady Katu. You had your experience there and connections and what have you. From a brother standpoint. And then I went and I had connections on my end. From my standpoint, I don't really want to give it away because I'm posting pictures and I'm commenting as I go. But there was some humanitarian activities going on. Alhamdulillah, it just humbled me. I'm not saying I'm humble and trying to make it like I'm all this right. No, that's not what I'm saying. It was just things that I've witnessed that humbled me, and it just realized how blessed, and I don't want to say blessed we are here, because what we may deem something like someone is lacking, it's a blessing in itself, because their poverty in Gambia is their protection. And one of those things is the internet. Their internet is not, it's still on, it's like on dial-up.
It's worse than dial-up.
It's worse than dial-up. Okay, so if you can imagine that when AOL first came out and you was logging in and you and all that stuff, it's worse than that. Just imagine that. So them not having the fast speed that we have, they don't have the access to seeing things that are not beneficial to them, that may corrupt them more. I'm not saying it's somewhere perfect, it's the perfect place, what have you. I'm just saying by them not having too much exposure, it shields them a lot from a lot of things that's corrupting us here in the United States that we are exposed to, our children are exposed to, and it's not helping us. It's actually, hurting us and harming us. So that's one of the things I saw was is a blessing. Another thing, the power goes out there a lot. So if y'all was listening to, the imam's talk regarding his trip about the lights, I had to experience that. There was times that the lights would turn off from 7 in the morning to 5 that afternoon. Can you imagine not having power for all that time, almost 12 hours? SubhanAllah. But I enjoyed it. And when I say I enjoyed it, I was not stuck on my phone. I was not on it. I couldn't get on the internet. I couldn't get on it anyway, but it shielded me from a lot of stuff. So I had to find something else to do to occupy my time and not sit there and wait for the TV to come on or anything like that. I found something else to do. I exercise a lot. I was walking. That was my exercise. Alhamdulillah. I do not walk like I'm supposed to. So a lot of things that happened there, I turned it into a positive. Mashallah. We need to plan on escape out here with no power and all. I know that's right. Yeah. And so, and they have water. The water runs, okay? But the power, of course, it heats up water and things like that. And, you need light. But during the day, you don't need lights on. You use the sun, mashallah. But at night, yeah, it can be testy. Some of y'all ain't gonna handle the mosquitoes. I ain't gonna lie, they were tearing me up. They were tearing me up. So I would have to fan myself and things like that. And then sometimes the power will be off all day to the night, and then it may come on while you sleep. So you better have your cell phone charged or your computer charged, so at least if it cuts off again for another 12 hours. Yeah. So you'll have it plugged in, like ready. Sometime I had to wake up like, oh, okay, the power's on. Let me plug it up. And when the power was out, you heard the generators come on. You hear that. I'm like, oh. So it was enlightening. And the type of person I am, should have brought some offspring. They got sprayed here, but I didn't. But for me, what was I about to say? I'm the type of person I am. I can adapt to my surroundings. I'm not limited to anything. So you can drop me in the middle of a desert. I'm going to survive. I'm not going to freak out. I'm not going to be like, oh my goodness, what do I do now? I'll adapt. And that's the type of person I am. And that's the type of person that we all need to be able to adapt. Because sometimes you're not always going to be in the comfort of what you have right now. There are going to be times that you're going to have to get down and get out your comfort zone. And I was definitely out of my comfort zone, but it really wasn't out of my comfort zone. It was just an opportunity for me to display my way of adapting, alhamdulillah. And I really enjoyed it. Even, the Imam, when we spoke every day, basically. Yes, I was saying no internet, but when we got to talk, when I say talk, I mean text, like Facebook, inbox. Couldn't talk on the phone and things like that. But there was places that had internet cafes. There were places that are internet cafes, so I was able to connect, but I would have to go travel to that. But when we connect, and he will see me, if I send a picture, he would say, "Wow, you glowing, like you looking good." Like he could tell that this trip was really benefiting me. And so I want to share that with you and let you know that, subhanAllah, I just felt like how can I say it? I don't know, like an orphan. Why did I say that? I said I felt like an orphan because, being, here in America, African American, and y'all may have a problem with that, black, whatever you want to call me. I don't know my roots. I don't know what tribe my family was from, my ancestors or anything like that.
That's something I forgot to ask you. Right.
And so people were asking me, "Are you Gambian?" Because I guess because of my skin color, because everybody was my complexion or darker. And it was beautiful just to see that black skin, subhanAllah. Just to be around people that look like me and proud of who they are. And they wasn't, some of them now, I ain't saying everybody, because some of them got the white face and the black arms and the black everything else. But it was just beautiful, but they, adopted me. They said, you Gambian now, you Mandinka. So I'm from the Mandinka tribe. They adopted me.
Did anybody tell you what tribe you look like you was from?
That's what I'm saying. They said
you look Mandinka?
Yeah, right. So they was like, you...
I did the same thing. I asked people, and they told me I look like I was Fulani, specifically from the Sarakula branch.
Oh, subhanAllah. Yeah, so I'm adoptive Mandinka woman. Alhamdulillah. But it's just crazy because the other night, you had suggested a movie, Turning Point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to watch that. It's a B movie. The acting is terrible, but the concept, it just enlightened me on some things. Yeah, it's not everybody, but it just enlightened me on a lot, on the mentality of Africans there when they come over here to the United States. And then it shows the mentality of us, how we see them. And it doesn't have to be that way. It's by design to keep that division. Okay? That's why we have to make the effort to take trips out there like this. Especially if you have a connect, you need to go. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just as wajib, and this is my opinion, okay? I think it's just as wajib to make Hajj. You need to go to Africa, to the motherland. I say Hajj and then go back to your roots. At least go there just to know, just to reconnect. It's just, subhanAllah, like I said, I don't know.
You ain't going to be able to explain it, trust me.
I can't explain it, but I'm glad I went, and I want to go again and again and again. I just learned so much, and I was not uncomfortable. I was not out of my comfort zone. I was just able to just mingle, just blend in with everybody else. I was eating what they was eating. Wasn't like I had to be treated a certain way. And their hospitality and how they treated you was nothing that I've had ever experienced here in the United States. The hospitality, it's... subhanAllah, it was impeccable. But if you don't have it, you can't give it. So if you don't know how to treat people, even though Islam teaches us how to treat your guests, and you're supposed to be better to your guests than yourself. We don't understand that. They understand that there for the most part. So we need to learn those things. There's a lot that we can learn from them, inshallah. But anyway, that's not our show. But keep watch on my page, Hobbs Baraka. That's my name. and I'll be tagging it to you or to your page, so you'll get to follow the trip. I don't want to give up too much, but it's so hard to explain. But I'm so glad that I connected there, and it's by design that we are brainwashed to thinking that we didn't leave anything in Africa, that we don't have anything in Africa to go to. That's a lie. That's a blatant lie. And that is to hurt you and disconnect you so that you don't know what you left behind. They don't want you to know or even have the curiosity to know. But you need to go. And it don't have to be Gambia. It could be any place there. Whatever you feel, you have the calling to go to. But you have to go there. Just visit at least one time in your lifetime. That's what I suggest. I felt
like I was locked up. I was like, yo, send me some pictures.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, where the pictures? Send me some pictures of yourself.
Yeah. So, alhamdulillah, it was amazing.
No nasty pictures.
No, we didn't do that.
Yeah, we don't do that. Even though we married, we don't do that.
No, mashallah.
I just feel like somebody could snatch it out the air somewhere and just look, oh, that what his wife look like?
Right. The only thing I didn't get to go to that I had plans was Juforay. I didn't go to the place of Kunta Kinte's family. I didn't get to go there. Had an emergency, but mashallah. Inshallah, I plan on making that trip one day. And I didn't get to go to Bori Island in Senegal. Is it? I didn't get to go to Gorée Island. Gorée Island in Senegal. I had intentions to go there, so I didn't go there either. But I still have plans on going. Like I said, I went this time. I want to go back again. Don't let anything deter you or discourage you. The trip in itself is a jihad. Okay, it's a jihad. It's a struggle.
In more ways than one.
Yes.
Number one, anytime you fly to Africa, the price is like double.
Mm-hmm.
For example, if it takes you 6 hours to fly to a particular country in Africa, and it takes you 6 hours to fly to a particular country in Europe, the price is going to be double to go to Africa than it is to Europe.
Right. Yep. Yeah.
So they want to disconnect you.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Right. And so that's why you find people that's going there. You find a lot of European, a lot of white people in Africa. They have the money to go there.
Oh, they buying up property in Gambia. Yeah. Oh my, it's a lot of them.
Not just on the main strip either.
No.
All in the back, in the cut,
yes.
What, like we would say, the back streets and all that. They buying property, building nice little mansions out there.
Yeah. You think we have gentrification issues here? It's going on out there as well. But yes, the travel, it can have a toll on you mentally and physically, but it's worth it. It's worth it. Only thing that I can express is just be patient and trust in Allah and keep in dua. My trip back was an experience. I'll discuss that later. I don't want to let the cat out the bag or anything like that. But my experience back with the immigration and issues that's going on now, I had to tell them in Gambia, I said, yes, I'm an American, but that don't give me a pass. I'm the wrong color and I'm on the wrong Deen. And so I experienced backlash regarding that. Coming back. Now, going wasn't a problem. When coming back, oh my goodness, it was just crazy. But anyway, I'll discuss that later. But anyway, only thing that I would add to it, and we'll get to our show finally, is that, we have the discussion about people coming over here, immigrants, let's say Africans. It don't even matter where you come from. If you're going to come here to the United States, this is the message that I'm announcing. If you're going to come to the United States, come to benefit the people here. Don't come over here acquiring dunya, but yet hurting the communities that's out here already. Because you're doing us a disservice, and you're doing yourself a disservice, and you're doing the Muslims a disservice by doing that. Especially if you're Muslim. Don't come over here selling liquor, weed, all types of
They don't
haram.
They don't hear you.
Don't come over here with that. I support ban on that. Don't come over here with that. Okay? Because you hurting the communities that's here already that's struggling. Keep your behind over there where you at with that stuff. You wouldn't even do that over there. You'll come over here. Don't come over here. And I'm not talking to anybody in particular. It don't matter where you come from. Africa, Europe, what have you. Don't come over here into the United States. Especially being a Muslim. I'm talking about the Muslims that come over here, that call themselves Muslim. Don't come over here with that mess. Because that's where the dissension and the, how can I say it? The hatred and I don't know what word. The animosity, that's where that comes from, because I'm looking at you and you're coming here doing things that's hurting me and my children and my family and my community. I'm not going to take that lightly. It's not going to feel good. It's not going to settle with me. So that's my message. Okay.
Message.
But anyway, our show for tonight again is knowing how to move on. Don't even start.
What?
Don't even start. Keeping the balance.
Walaikum salam, Abdul Rakib. I was waiting to get a break in there. The return of greetings that you put in there.
MashaAllah. Walaikum salam to Katu. I was running my mouth. That's what you're trying to say?
No, keep going. I did it for 4 weeks. I'm listening to you tonight.
No, you're not. Subtitle to our topic. Now, I said knowing how to move on. The subtopic is keeping the balance when it comes to being an ex or a widow. That's the topic for today. Anything you want to add before we start?
Fadl. Alhamdulillah.
You a mess. Well, anyway. Alhamdulillah. So tonight's show, we are going to be, and I said we. I didn't say me.
I got your back, guys.
We're going to be discussing issue that is very sensitive to a lot of people, because a lot of people are involved and a lot of people have experienced and probably have a lot to say about it, and we thought that it would be appropriate to speak about it on the Half Your Deen show. As regards to being a step parent, let me take my, let me take my volume off of here. Okay, sorry about that. In regards to being a step parent, whether you're a man coming to a brother, coming to a marriage with a sister with children, or a sister that's coming to a situation with a brother who has children, there are several issues that comes up that needs to be taken, how can I say it, special care. And there's relationships, there's a dynamic relationship there. You have the relationship with the spouse, so with the one that you're marrying, y'all have a relationship. Then you have a relationship with your own children. So if you're the parent that has a child in this situation, you have a relationship with your own children. Also, you have a relationship with your spouse's children that you have to deal with. And not only that, you have a relationship with your spouse regarding the children. Regarding the spouse's children. And last but not least, you have a relationship with the spouse's ex-husband or ex-wife. So there's a whole lot of relationships there that you have to be mindful of and keep intact the best way that you can. Now, the issue with being a widow regarding, her relationship with her new spouse can be challenging as well, because with that person, that's your best friend that you've lost. You expect to live forever together. You don't imagine in your mind that this person is going to leave you. Allah's going to take them away from you. Things like that. Like I tell my husband all the time, I pray that Allah, take me first. I don't know if I can handle him leaving me first. He like, nah, I'm going first. So we over here talking about who gonna go first. we crazy, okay? But that's the conversations that we have. But it's a reality, okay? And an ideal situation in regards to the exes, dealing with blended families. That's what they call it now, blended family. They don't say step families anymore. And I wouldn't say the ideal, but just the least fitna is that the spouse's ex is completely out the picture. Completely.
Say that again?
I said the ideal situation, the less fitna in regards to a blended family is when the ex is out the picture completely. But I wouldn't say that's the ideal situation because there's other things that come into play with that. I'm just saying the least.
You talking about out of the picture as far as starting fitna?
No, out of the picture, period. They're not there, not there. They're not in the child's life.
You said that's ideal?
I'm saying with the fitna with the person that is the step parent. For the step parent.
Oh, okay.
I'm not talking about for the child.
Okay.
I'm not talking about for the spouse. I'm talking about for the person that's the step parent.
Okay.
Okay? Oh, you want to speak? Ooh.
No, because, that people could take that a lot of ways.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, alhamdulillah. I'm glad you clarified that. I'm saying for the step parent.
You about to start some drama over here.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the less fitna. And even then, it's not the least of it. Really, it's still some fitna there because depending on the age of the child, you understand, that child want to have a connection with their parent regardless, and it's
fitna here because this society, everything is designed to break up the family. Mm-hmm. In most natural societies, like the society you just described, Gambia, everything is based on the family.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So even if the people don't get together no more, they're not together no more, it didn't work out, you still, even if they can't quote the hadith, they still understand, like, ahadakum hatta yuhibba li akihi ma yuhibbu li nafsihi, which means none of you believes until he loves for his brother what he loves for himself. Mm-hmm. So the way, I want to be treated, I'm going to treat you that way.
Right.
This is why you talked about the hospitality. Because, in their mind, or most halfway decent people, in their mind, they say, okay, I'm going to treat this person nice. Even if I'm not thinking about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but if I'm in that situation, I want people to treat me good. So I'm going to treat
I'm
them
reciprocate,
good.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And likewise, we talking about blended families. Mm-hmm. The husband or wife that's outside of the marriage with the children and stuff now. Mm-hmm. If they're Muslim, when I say Muslim, I mean like have some ikhlas, some sincerity.
Right.
They're going to be like, okay, I'm not going to start fitna. Because if I was still in the marriage, I wouldn't want that other person outside to start fitna.
Right. Right, you should be thinking like that.
But the reason why it's not like that is because there's a lack of ikhlas. And a lot of us only practice the Deen and go all out with the Deen when it's convenient to us and our nafs. Like, okay, this is what I want to do. So, alhamdulillah, the Deen, rah, rah, rah. But, I ain't feeling that. So, I'm going to ignore that part of the Deen.
Mm-hmm. Right. So when I said the ideal is the person is not in the picture, but the real situation is the ex is in the picture. Mm-hmm. Whether it's the, the ex-husband or the ex-wife. As far as the widow is concerned, the situation is the ideal. I'm saying about I'm talking about the person coming in with the widow. Mm-hmm. Whether it's a man or woman, the ideal situation would be that their spouse didn't really care about the deceased spouse. You understand? That's the ideal for them, emotionally. Because they wouldn't be talking about him all the time or whatever. We was together, he died, things like that. You have people that's so connected with their deceased spouse that they can't stop talking about him. I don't care how many times they marry after that. It's just that they have that deep connection with them that makes that person coming in feel uncomfortable, and that could create a challenge as well. So we gotta find a balance when it comes to that.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Because that widow lived while the person was there as if they couldn't live without him. So now that they're gone, they feel a sense of emptiness, and nobody can fill them shoes.
Right.
Like for you, subhanAllah, nobody can take your place.
You just telling me that.
Nah, I ain't saying that. Nobody can take your place. I'm serious. Like I would be, like if I was to remarry, I would be like, well, Naeem didn't do that. Why you don't do that? Naeem did this. Like I would keep it won't work out because they're gonna get tired of me. Like Naeem is not here. Why you keep talking about Naeem? And they just can't understand the grief.
I was about to say something.
You so silly, but you understand? Just imagine being with somebody and I'm like, Naeem this, Naeem that, Naeem this, and you married to me and we're married, but yet I can't. I can't
do
separate.
that. I'm highly jealous. I can't.
You understand?
I married somebody, and I understand she's attached to me and all that, but just me, I couldn't walk into a situation like that.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And I would feel like I got tricked if we intended, and she'll never bring her deceased husband name up. But as soon as we get married, every 5 minutes he come up.
Right.
I was like, oh man, listen.
Now the Prophet ﷺ, I do have to add, did bring up his deceased spouse, Khadijah. May Allah be pleased with him. Mm-hmm. He even gave gifts to her friends on her behalf. And it did make Aisha jealous. Mm-hmm. And she was saying something foul, and he was like, Lord bless you with something better. And he wore her out. Like, what did he say?
He said, no, Allah didn't give me anything better than her. But that right there is a show by itself. Mm-hmm. Because what he said is something that only a real man can say about a real woman. Because he's talking to a real woman, Aisha,
right.
Mm-hmm. And she's saying, no, then Allah give you something, replaced her with something better. Mm-hmm. And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, no, he didn't replace me with anything better. And then he went on to say, she believed in me when nobody else believed in me.
Right.
She supported me when nobody else supported me. Mm-hmm. And the reason why I say only a real man can say that is because only a real man has a mission, has an agenda, has a goal in life. Just some dusty dude just sitting up doing nothing with his life. He can't say she believed in me and she supported, because he ain't doing nothing for the believing and the support. So
right.
he can't say that.
Right.
What he gonna say? She believed in me when I upgraded from a PlayStation to an Xbox. She supported me when I ran out of money for the video games. A real man has an agenda.
Ooh, subhanAllah. Subhanallah. Ooh. Yeah, that's true. Alhamdulillah. But in that case, there was a balance there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't being disrespectful. Yeah. He was just giving honor to her because he recognized what Allah, the blessing that Allah bestowed on him. And you're supposed to show gratefulness. And that's what he did. He wasn't trying to throw it in people's faces to make them feel bad. He just letting them know this is what this woman represented to me. Mm-hmm. So you better be like that when I'm going. But anyway.
What was your I don't know. What was her name? Yeah, that's right. Susan Samira, yeah.
Ooh, subhanAllah. So, how do you deal in regards to the blended family situation? Now, with your relationship, like I said, you have several relationships. You have the relationship between you two as a couple, right? You married to love one another. You married to build a future, right? Possibly have children together. Like, you're trying to build a foundation with just you two, right? When y'all first got together. Now, say that you come into a situation where the person has a child, right? you came into this marriage with this child, of course you're going to continue to love your child. And you want the best for your child. Whether you're the woman or the man, we're not talking about who's supposed to have custody. We're just saying, if you have the child, you still want to have a relationship with your child.
Right.
Now, I've heard situations where the husband that came in with the woman that has a child, he got jealous of the child because the woman is paying attention to the child. Like, what kind of mess is that? What kind of mess is that?
That's actually common.
Yes.
That's even common with some men regarding their own children.
SubhanAllah. Right. The mother paying attention to the children, taking care of them, and you're feeling like you're getting shortchanged. Like, she can't, spread herself out like that. You get your time and they get their time. It's not taken away, But that's crazy. I think that's very selfish and immature.
But it also goes to show about how unnatural our environment is. Think about where you just came from.
Mm-hmm.
Every family relies a lot on their extended family.
Yeah.
It ain't just husband and wife, mother and father.
Mm-hmm.
So it ain't just the mother dealing with the child or the father dealing with the child.
That's true.
So, the woman has, like we said, and I'm sure you agree, like you mentioned in your presentation, yes, the women over there work harder, but they also have more free time.
Mm-hmm.
When I say work harder as far as their day is more labor intensive.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
But they also have more free time because they have people helping them out.
Exactly.
The extended family.
Right.
Even if they live far away, the extended family comes and helps.
Right.
And so because she has that free time, she also has more time for her husband.
Mm-hmm.
Here, I wholeheartedly believe that every marriage, Muslim and non-Muslim marriage here in this society, is stressed beyond belief. There's so many unnatural things tearing at the marriage that it's almost like a miracle. It's almost like a karamat that you stay married because you have so many things working against it in this society.
SubhanAllah. And I agree because like we had explained in a previous show in regards to that the extended family is for a lot of families here that don't belong here is to depend on those extended families.
Right.
So it's not just you raising the child, it's everybody raising the child. And there in Gambia, you have parents that give their child to someone else to raise.
That's very common.
That's very common. It's not because they don't want nothing to do with them. If they want them to learn the Quran or what have you from certain, they give their child to them. And it doesn't take away from them being a parent or anything like that. They still have an input. And I think that's beautiful. And, that's selflessness. Like you got to have quite, your iman has to be high. And confidence in this person taking care of your child. And it's normal. It happened to the Prophet ﷺ. What happened to him? He was sent out into the desert to be raised when he was younger.
With Halima Sa'diya.
Right. So it's not something that's new or anything like that. That's something that we have to return back to because we are under a lot of stress and having to make sure everybody's feelings are okay and everybody getting it right. That's a lot of stress on you. SubhanAllah, it is unnatural. So here it is, you have some situation where the husband get jealous or the wife get jealous because the parent still have a relationship with that child. So you feel like you're competing when you shouldn't feel like you're competing. Y'all are one family,
exactly.
Right? Then you have the relationship with their spouse's children. So not only are you married to the spouse, you have to have a relationship with the child. And any real woman has that nurturing demeanor, is going to love that spouse's child, regardless whether it was from them or not. Depending on the age, it may or may not be easy.
Right.
Okay? If it's a little baby, the little baby adapts. The baby see, their father or their mother with a new spouse. They're not going to question that. They're a little baby. If they're treating them with kindness and love and attention, it's like, okay. And they eventually call them mommy and daddy. You have a lot of people like, don't be calling them mommy and daddy. You're not the mommy and daddy. I'm the mother and father. And I'm like, it doesn't matter what they call them as long as they're showing them love. It doesn't take away from you as a parent. Yeah. They just happen to have someone else that's loving them. And that's another thing that comes up. Like we want to, we want to, I was going to say a term. We want to mark our territories. Mm-hmm. You understand? And make that child like, look, I'm your mother. I'm your real mother. I'm your real father. That's not your real father. You don't show them respect. You show me respect. That's not how you do. You show them respect regardless because you're living in their household. He's probably spending money on you, buying your clothes, buying your food, paying the bills around there. And you're going to act like you ain't got the sense enough to show respect and gratefulness to them? Like, subhanAllah, like we...
Nah, nigga, we niggas. We ain't showing nobody respect. We're not saying please. We're not saying thank you. We don't appreciate you feeding us. We don't appreciate you treating me right. Nothing.
SubhanAllah, and that's the truth, and that's sad because that's a reflection of you. You got bad morals and etiquette and character, and you exhibit that towards your child, and you want them to exhibit that same thing. Then you have an attitude. When that same attitude is shown towards you, then you want to knock somebody out. No.
Malik said, "Real men go in, treat the children like their own. It's not easy for every man, but men truly trying to establish the deen handle their business in this regard. I never thought I would call another woman's children my stepchildren, but now I say it proudly. Alhamdulillah."
Alhamdulillah.
And you know, this whole conversation just reminds me about what happened with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because he married Salama. Mm-hmm. Salama was married to another Sahaba first. She was married to Abu Salama. Mm-hmm. And they had this real tight relationship. They was like always on their honeymoon. Mm-hmm. And they was older. Mm-hmm. And they was like on their honeymoon. And he eventually died from an injury he received in a battle that took place long before he actually died.
Okay.
That was the one who they made a promise to each other that they wouldn't marry nobody else so they could be with each other in Jannah.
Okay.
And then Abu Salama told his wife, "No, we can go back on that word because you may find somebody better than me." Mm-hmm. And Salama said, "Well, who's better than Abu Salama?"
MashaAllah.
Right? And then when Abu Salama passed, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam proposed to her. And that's the answer to what he said, who's better than Abu Salama?
MashaAllah.
The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam proposed.
Alhamdulillah.
She refused. She said, because you have other wives, I'm jealous. She said, I have children. Mm-hmm. She said something else too. Malik, help me out, inshallah. She said three things, right? Mm-hmm. And he says, as far as the children, I treat them like my own.
MashaAllah. As
far as your jealousy, I'll make dua that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decrease it for you. The third thing I forget.
MashaAllah. I kind of remember. We skipped over a question, Munira. She said, if I have a daughter for a previous marriage and the brother has a daughter from a previous marriage, is it permissible for the daughter to be around the son if they are of age when she is not covered or even in the same household?
I'm trying to think of something. To be around each other. Mm-hmm. Well, and that's we need a whole discussion on hijab. Because there's different layers and categories, different categories of people. You can't be exposed. You know. Yeah, Shukran Malik. He said, I'm older. She said, because I'm an old woman. He said, well, I'm older than you. Right? Shukran. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
See, that's why he's a beast with the serum.
This is a question afterward. I'm reading it wrong. I'm sorry, Manera. I thought your question was before his, but it's coming from the top.
Yeah.
Okay, alhamdulillah.
Yeah, I knew that. It just popped up.
Oh, well, just reading. Okay. Answer the question.
I'm trying to think. No, because she said be around. That's real general.
Mm-hmm. Has a daughter from a Okay, they both have daughters, right? Mm-hmm. Is it permissible for the daughters to be around the son? The son of who? Should it matter? The son of one of the...
Let me read it myself. Because I'm just as tired as you.
I'm so tired. I'm so sorry. My brain is catching up with my body. SubhanAllah. So I'm speaking faster
So
than
who has the son? Who has the daughter?
Right. Who has the son or the daughter? Yeah. Because I'm trying to think of a situation.
Says, if I have a daughter
Mm-hmm.
from a previous marriage, and the brother has a daughter from a previous marriage,
Right.
so it's two daughters. Is it permissible for the daughter to be around the son?
Right.
That's
yeah.
what's
that's what's throwing me off. So
if they are of age when she is not covered, or even in the same household. Oh, I have a daughter. He has a son. Okay. Well. Huh.
I'm trying to think.
Well, we already know it's not permissible for example, the son to marry the mother of even the ex-wife of his father. Mm-hmm. Or a Muslim was killed for that during the time of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. My brain is fried.
I think I'm trying to think. If you have a child, and they have a child, can they be in front of them? I would say no. I would have to say they would have to cover in front of them.
Wa alaikum salam, Sharon.
Wa alaikum salam to the
In order to answer that question, you have to answer. You first have to answer the question: is it permissible for them to marry?
Mm-hmm.
And once you answer that question, then you can
say whether they can. Yeah, because they don't have any relations. You understand? They're not related. Even though that mother and father is married, that doesn't make them. That doesn't make their children related from that.
True.
You understand? They not. It's not like they suckled or whatever. They're like two different separate things.
True.
So
you know the funny thing about it. You know my brain is fried. You wanna know why?
Why?
Because I had an ex-wife and I married my son to her daughter.
Right.
My brain is fried.
Right. They don't have a relationship. Alhamdulillah. See, my brain faster than yours. Alhamdulillah. But anyway.
Told you I got I-76 lag. So yes, they would have to dress properly in front of each other. Yeah. I'm sitting like
well,
I've been there, did that before. Yeah.
Right. So like I was saying, the relationship with the spouse's children depends on their age. So would that be an issue for the two people when seeking to marry? No, just practice hijab in the home. Just making sure everybody's,
That's one of the things. Again, see, I'm going back again to like live in this society, right? Because y'all live in one house, right? And so it's a hardship for those grown children. When I say grown, above puberty, every time she got to come out her bedroom, she got to put on hijab because the brother's around. But that's the reality,
right?
But see. Because of the way the houses are made here. You just have one building, and everybody squeezed up in that one building.
Yeah, that's true.
But, like in most of the Muslim world, and even a lot of the non-Muslim world, you have compounds. So, yes, you live in the same house, but your building could be way over there, and their building could be way over there. You don't necessarily have to see each other and live in the same house.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's why everything needs a context. Like, people always ask, is it is it permissible to marry two women and have them both in the same house? Depends what type of house you're talking about.
Right.
Because every house ain't like this.
Exactly.
Every country or every place builds their houses differently.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. SubhanAllah. So that's why you got to investigate. Not only investigate, but you have to figure out, is this what you want to do? You got to think it through. You understand? Not just jump into the situation.
Yeah, all those things have to be planned out.
Because a lot of people, now I ain't going to say a lot of people, I'm going to say some people. I don't want to put everybody in there. Some people don't want to deal with another person's child. You understand?
Right.
Yet they want to marry their wife. You ever been friends with, for instance, you may be friends with somebody. Just say I have a friend, right? She's a girlfriend and she got kids. I don't like her kids, but I want to be friends with her. That's kind of awkward, awkward. And I've heard situations like that.
Why yakum Sister Munira?
Alhamdulillah. You're like, what? Like, I'll be friends with you, but I won't have nothing to do with the child. And sometimes it's like that. They don't like your children.
Man, I heard about brothers being married to sisters. And the brother be like, listen, I'll buy your food, but I ain't buying him no food. I'm like, where you find these dudes at? And the sister be okay marrying, mashallah.
Yeah, keeping things separate, and it just cause, more fitna.
But
Even though it's not...
I mean, how you do that? I mean, think about it. You buy food in the house, and the child go get the Cheerios. What you doing? It ain't yours. I ain't buy that for you.
It's a power.
The Cheerios that your mom brought is over there. How you do that?
Matter of fact, she ain't buy those either. I gave her the money to buy those Cheerios, so you can't eat those either, But...
That's my water coming out the tap. You bought to drink some tap water, I pay the water bill.
Right. Yeah, that's oppressive. That's not cool. But we do have to be mindful that brother don't technically have to do anything. It's sadaqah.
Exactly.
You understand? A real man will want to do the right thing and do that. That woman shouldn't say, well, you got to do this for my kids if you're going to be with me. Her thing is, I appreciate anything that you do for me and my kids. Because you don't have to. Don't make it like he have to, because he don't have to do anything. You understand? So we have to be mindful of our positions. You understand? Because that's a turn off right there. If I was a brother coming in and a woman saying, you got to buy all my kids Jordans, even the ones that's not yours and whatever you buy your child that we have together.
I got a problem with the Jordan part.
Yeah,
forget her children, my children. I got a problem with the Jordan.
That's what I'm just saying. You got to buy if my child has this right here, with what we have together, my other children got to have the same thing too. Like, don't put those demands on you. Package deal's not getting the step. I know, but yes,
and a lot of people live. They treat their marriage like, okay, Imam, I just want to know what's obligatory upon me. I don't want to give one drop more, one drop less. Well, I ain't got to take care of the children? Well, I ain't. I'm just going to take care of her.
Right.
Right. And the wife be like that too. Do I got to obey him?
Yeah.
Well, can I disobey him in that?
Right.
The marriage ain't going to work like that.
No.
No real marriage works like that. Y'all playing.
Y'all got to have mercy. You got to be compromising, and you just got to understand that things, y'all got to work together, mashallah. Now, relationship with the spouse regarding the spouse's children. You have situations where that spouse don't want you to intervene with their child. No, you can't tell them anything. No, you can't discipline them. No, you can't, step in and be a parent. I'm the parent. That's not going to work either. You understand?
Nope.
Because that's going to it's
especially as a man, it's going to undermine your authority.
Right.
Because you trying to discipline, let's say from a brother's perspective. Mm-hmm. Your wife is not there. Her child needs some form of reprimand or discipline. And, well, I can't say nothing. You call your mother. He acting up again. Oh, I put him on the phone. Yeah. You heard what your mama said, right? It ain't gonna work. Ain't gonna work.
We have to realize communication is important. Yeah, that's not gonna work, because that child is gonna he just gonna tear his behind every chance he get when his mama's not around. And then she's going to defend the child and say, why was you talking to him like that? Didn't I say don't do X, Y, Z? So it's going to be an issue between them two, because she's treating him like he's a child.
Recipe for disaster.
So you got to investigate, know what you're getting into and what you're willing to put up with, because it will come out. Now, and also in that case, the spouse is trying to figure out what that spouse with the child expects of you regarding their children. So it's like, you trying to figure out, how do I fit in this? How do they want me to be with their child? So that has to be discussed. So when yes, they can. Kids can be master manipulators. You sure right. So they trying to figure out, okay, how do they want me to be with their child? How about as a woman that's married to a brother that has a child, and the child, is attached to their father, and she's trying to be a mother with them. Mm-hmm. There are issues that should be addressed day one. Yeah, before day one, at the sit down, to be exactly. Didn't I tell you don't say nothing to my kid on right? You know, so it's like she want to be a mother, and then he come out and say, you're not their mother. How, or, you know, you're the brother, and the sister say, you're not their father. Like, how did that person supposed to take that? So who am I? Why am I here?
Yeah. We all know biologically I'm not the father,
right.
You're not the mother, but why? What's your point?
Right. What's the point of you saying that? A real man will blend the family with some hikmah and love, inshallah. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Because a brother that'll be like, you know, you can't eat my food, or know some ghetto racks and stuff like that, he's cutting his own self off from barakah, blessings. Because anything that he does is sadaqah. Right. Your sadaqah supposed to start in the house.
Right.
So you're like, no, I don't want no sadaqah. I don't want no reward for sadaqah. You know. We got issues.
Ground new rules need to be established. There's a new husband, right? Exactly. But it has to be discussed, and you have to figure out if that's what you want to deal with or not. You know, sometimes it may not be a good thing to get married with that person because the children, y'all see that y'all coming heads with the children. That might be the thing that is going to, you know, set things off. So you got to be honest with yourself. You ain't always got to go through with it, you know. Knowing this can be a potential disaster. You might as well save yourself some heartache and just say, you know what, I don't think it's good at this time. Maybe when your kids get older, they out the house and you still single, I'm still single. Who knows? You know, we can get together then. Sometimes it have to be like that.
That's why shows like this are important. Because just listening to myself and yourself talking, the comments and all this stuff, I know from my past experience, a lot of my past marriages, I wasn't thinking that deep about all this stuff. It was like a secondary thought, and I dealt with it as I got there.
Right.
But these are things that need to be dealt with before you even enter the situation, not after. But a lot of us ain't thinking about that because we're just focused on the other person, not their whole situation.
Right. You know. Everyone in the combined pair has to know for all for one. Right. Exactly. But this is the last relationship that I'm about to describe that can go against that. This is also where the comes in with teaching the children the Deen as well, how to live an Islamic life in law.
And sometimes, like, I've seen this too. A brother will be, you know, and the sister be thinking about getting married. Let's say the sister has children, what have you. And, you know, the brother's watching. Because even like myself in the past who wasn't that conscious, you know, you are looking out for some bad A kids, right? So the mother will be like, listen here, you better not act up. I'm with your fucking, you know how women talk tight lips. You embarrass me, you better act right? And so you meet the sister, you meet the children, and they sit there all peaceful, big eyes. Assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum salam. We're so innocent. You're gonna love us, daddy. Right? As soon as you get married, I don't know you. What? You're like, well, what happened to a sweet little kid? One reason why I was like, because my mother told me this should be like, you here now, I can be myself now.
That's messed up.
I seen that happen.
Ooh, subhanAllah. Well, the last relationship is a relationship of their spouse's ex-husband and ex-wife that you got to deal with. Now, depending on the situation, it may seem impossible, yet if the person is sincere and wants what's good for the child, you're going to make it work, regardless. You're going to show, as an ex, you're going to show that woman that's with your ex-husband with respect. No, y'all not together, okay? Yes, you still got to deal with him. You may not like that. Because, you know, when y'all split, you know, you wasn't trying to turn back, but y'all have a child now, and you got to constantly be in contact with that, you know, ex-husband. And now that he done moved on and you haven't, you're not going to take that good. So you're going to use a child in the middle to try to, you know, shake things up. Yeah. And that's not right. Just say, you know what, chuck it up. I was with him. We had our time. We're not together. We have this child. I want to make sure that my child is happy. So I'm going to treat his new wife, or if it's a brother, I'm going to treat the, you know, the new husband with respect. How many times, you know, brothers be looking at each other like, you know, like, I'm the father. I don't care about you, just scrub. You know, no, that's not how you come at that, because he's around your child now. And that's why it's important before you get married, if you know that person has a child and you coming in, you know that person has a child with someone else. And if there's a way for you to connect with that ex, I'm talking about the new person with that ex, to say, hey, bro, I'm about to marry your ex-wife. You understand? I know y'all got a child together. You know, I don't want to cause any problems or anything like here. I'm trying to just do what Allah commands me to do. And I'm not here to replace you or anything like that. That right there is showing respect. And I think the person will be more open to it and say, okay, alhamdulillah, you show respect enough to come to me and say that you trying to be part of this family and things like that. Because y'all actually are family. Even though y'all may not be technically family, but y'all family because y'all have this child to love all together. And you don't want to be using the child as a ping pong and say, well, you know, try to make that child feel guilty for loving this new person that coming in. Love is love. If that person is showing them love and concern and things like that, you should want that for that child. And then that child will feel whole and they won't feel like they're missing anything. They won't feel like their family is broken up. They'll still feel like it's together, but it's bigger now because I got another father to love me now and things like that.
That takes real people, though.
Yes, it does take real people.
It takes real people. It takes real muscle.
Yes.
Because a lot of times we sabotage the situation from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Because, number one, we don't come to an agreement with regards to Hadana, custody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if we don't follow the Sharia with regards to custody, but the Sharia also allows for the parents to come to an agreement with regards to custody.
Mm-hmm.
See, usually it's some other stuff. And so that becomes a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and especially in Islam, like, you know, if you have a child with a woman and the woman remarries, the child goes to somebody else. Now, depending on how your family or how her family more specifically is set up, you know, that child definitely supposed to leave her and supposed to go maybe with her mother if she's Muslim or her sister or her aunt, whatever. A lot of times it's a lot of us here is really only the brother and the sister that's Muslim in each family because, you know, we return it back to Islam after having Islam taken away from us on the slave ships.
Right.
But so it's really like only us that's Muslim in the family. So in a lot of cases, the child is supposed to go with the father. But a lot of people ain't trying to hear that.
Nope.
And so now you got this issue with custody. And then, you know, so a lot of times we make our own situation hard. And my advice to particularly brothers, but it applies to sisters in some situations. If you about to marry a sister and she got children, find out what the situation is and find out is she Islamically supposed to have them children. And if not, find out why. Maybe the ex-husband or the children's father, maybe they have an agreement.
Right.
But in most cases, there's not an agreement. Usually is, you know, the brother ain't no good and I don't trust him to take care of my children. That's why I got him. Even though that may or may not be true.
Right.
And so.
Wa alaikum salam to barakatuh, Halima, alhamdulillah. And Sharon said, no bad mouthing the parent in front of the children. Yes, you never do that. No, you should not do that. That's a no-no right there. Because what you try to do is make that child feel like they have to take sides. Like, I only can love her, or I only can love him. I can't love everybody.
Yeah.
In which he can.
And people like that are very short-sighted, because as a biological parent, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala already put that love in that child's heart for you anyway. That's not going anywhere.
Right. Nobody
can take that. You
could
be a crackhead taking food out their mouth. They still love you.
That's true.
Ain't nobody can take that away.
That's true. Exactly. So you trying to justify your position or try to make it more than what it is. Allah gave you nobody can take that away from you. Whatever's given to you, your position, nobody can replace you. If there's a sister that's marrying your ex-husband and she's there to able to provide and nurture and be there for them, who wouldn't want somebody to help them? You don't want that burden all by yourself as a single. Say you single, and it's hard for you to, to take care of things on your own. And here it is, your ex-husband has a wife that has the time and the heart to take care of your kids, to alleviate you. Why not show that sister some respect and open arms and say, you know what, alhamdulillah, you are a mercy. thank you for being there for my child.
Thank you. That ain't in my vocabulary. Thank you.
Communicating with the children is very important, and combined the family and exes have to still be responsible for their children regardless, and respect their exes' love can be taught just like prejudice. Yep, subhanallah. So, so you do. Wa alaikum salam to barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam to barakatuh.
So, yes, that's real Muslims, real people. Not even just Muslims, just real people. I've seen situations. I was looking at this show where there were two separate couples, and they were exes of one another, and they were raising the children, together. It was no hard feelings or anything. It was so beautiful. It was just like, why it can't be like this all the time? They didn't feel any ways. They had their thing going on, and they had their thing going, and it was not like trying to compete with each other, and like I used to have it, like you ain't gotta go there. It's like, it's childish, it's immature, it's just like, we want to deal with that. If a man is doing well, stable, let him get his children, especially if it's his awesome Muslim brother. Right, mashallah. But for some women, I'm gonna say some, there's money attached to it. She can't get the food stamp. She can't get the Section 8. She can't get all these government subsidies. And they don't care how it hurts the child and their relationship with their father, because that's more important. I want to get the child support. I want to get all these things based on me being single. I'd rather be in this single situation. And I was telling people in Gambia, like they was trying to describe, they was trying to say, well, don't y'all get like assistance and stuff like that? I say, yeah, but you can't be married to get the assistance. And I said, some things, yes, you can be married for, but like the welfare, the Section 8, you can't be married. You're not supposed to have no man in your house. No man should be existent. But a lot of women have men in their lives, and they tell the system and be deceptive in that and say, well, I don't have a husband. I don't have a man. The father's not here. I don't know where he's at. I don't know. He's going somewhere. He's right there laying next door while you're on the phone with an interviewer about the situation. What kind of income is coming in? Oh, it's just my income. I don't have any income. He brings stuff into the household, but because she excludes him, they, she get the the subsidies and stuff like that. SubhanAllah. No amount of money can replace an absent parent. No, mashallah. So, but they just want to have control. When they do those things like that, they rather the child, be without their father or without their mom. The father don't want the mom. It just depends on the situation. Because for the mother, if the father is Muslim and it depends on the situation. They don't care. The child's happiness have nothing to do with anything. That's not the center of their intention.
The child, I speak about this in my book, The Pharaonic Man and the Pharaonic Woman. For women that think like this, the child is used, TLC. Mm-hmm. Tokens, leverage, and control. Trophies, right. Leverage, and control. That's what it's about. The child is a trophy. The child is used for leverage, or the child is used to control somebody.
Yeah, that's true. SubhanAllah.
It's not done for the sake of the children or for the well-being of the children.
She said yes, but she can go ahead and get remarried without the new husband taking on other man's responsibility. She can, but we did discuss that. What man is not going to take care of the sister's children? Well, I'm not going to buy their clothes. I'm not going to buy their food. I'm not going to do this. And they living right there in their household, and they make it a point to do that. That's not going to be good in the house. That's not going to be a good atmosphere. That man is making his point, I'm not doing anything. Yes, there could be a father that's taking care of them, but if you're in the house and say the boy need to get, the son need to get some shoes and the father don't have it at the time or they can't get contact, you just say, well, I'm not going to do it because the father, the father supposed to do it. No, you just do it and just chuck it off like, I got sedekah for that. So, but like we were saying, before, you want to investigate because sometimes it can get real ugly. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. It's not my responsibility. Yes, it's not your responsibility, but a real man, he's not going to feel like it's a burden or something that that's making it hard for him. It's making it easy for him because he's, cleansing his wealth by doing that. He's helping someone else. And you're supposed to help those in your house first. And they are in your house. Yet, yes, it's not his responsibility, but why not do it for the sake of Allah? That's what you're supposed to do it for. Another point matters, observing the person that the ex-wife or husband is marrying, bringing around your children, because sad to say, some of us marry bums, and these people be around our children, create more friction for the good parents. SubhanAllah.
Yeah.
SubhanAllah, yes.
Just think about the type of friction. And there's dudes that actually do this. I wasn't trying to be funny. You can't eat my food. Mm-hmm. Now think about the other children in the house. Just imagine we all eating the cereal, the Cheerios, right? Whatever. You can't eat it. You can't eat these Cheerios because these my daddy's Cheerios. Did your daddy buy you some Cheerios?
SubhanAllah.
You gotta know Phil's Cheerios that's still up there. Oh, we ain't cheeseburgers tonight.
SubhanAllah.
But that was the ground beef that my daddy brought.
Yeah, my daddy.
I think you might have a hot dog left from your daddy. I mean, come on.
That ain't funny. We're not laughing because it's funny. We're laughing because it's ridiculous.
And there's people that actually do that.
SubhanAllah. Ooh. SubhanAllah. MashaAllah. But may we... Somebody said, what? LOL. Some people speak like that. It's crazy missing his good deeds, multiplying them. Yes. That's why we have to make dua, make istikhara. When you marrying, you gotta know who you marrying. You gotta know what the situation that you getting into, and you gotta know what you're able to deal with. Because not everybody can deal with these situation and mentality. Then you gotta ask yourself why that person is not married. What happened with that other situation?
That's what I'm about to say.
You gotta know what happened before. And some people get offended that the new husband coming in or the new wife coming in want to talk to the ex. Like, what happened with y'all? Because I want to know what's wrong with y'all. See if it's going to be something that's going to happen with us. SubhanAllah.
And some people, just to take it the other way, some people cannot be married to each other. They hate each other. But after they get divorced and they get remarried, they become best friends all of a sudden. And both of y'all remarried and y'all on the phone or on the inbox talking. Y'all both married. Like, what you doing? Well, it's about the children.
Right.
For a whole hour?
SubhanAllah. Yeah. People full of junk.
Yeah. People just playing.
Yeah,
you got to do your homework, do your history, check that Carfax.
SubhanAllah. I saw a stat on FB regarding a step parent, and they were saying that their child was having an event. They was having an event for their child, and her stepchildren wanted to borrow money from her to buy something for their sibling from her, but their mama had a problem with that, and she was peed off. And I was like, I felt her pain that the ex was causing havoc and was like trying to show animosity towards this new child. And it's like, y'all all family, come on, with the dumb mess. It's just dumb. It's just like, stop it, like.
Again,
it just peed me off.
Your Muslim brother, Muslim sister. We keep forgetting that.
Yeah.
The people who we married to, the people who we not married to anymore, the children. We all Muslims.
Right.
There's a certain basic ground floor level or requirement that we supposed to treat each other, and we not meeting that.
SubhanAllah. Well, all I can say is we gotta make dua, and I make dua for those that are not married and want to get married, that y'all find spouses that if they do have children, that it works out and y'all come together, fi sabilillah, and the ex that's included in that they're cooperative, and y'all ain't gotta be BFF or anything like that. Just be cordial and do for the child, and just make sure to put the child first. You understand? And if you have children with this person, don't cause friction between the two siblings. The one that was already there and then the new baby that come in and you show them favoritism. Don't do that. They're siblings. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You treat them like siblings. You understand? So we create our own monster. We thinking we doing something cute, and it's not cute at all. You hurting yourself, and you hurting these children. There should be more men watching this, subhanAllah. You know, so let's stop creating this hostility for one another, because you have kids and be like, that's my daddy or that's my mommy, whatever. You know, we're family. We know who your mommy and who your daddy is, but we're a family. That should be the thing that, you know, that takes priority. We're together. We're family. We live in the same household. You know what I'm saying? I'm there for you. When you need something, you know, if you're sick and you need company, whatever the situation is, y'all do that as a family.
Munera said, hook me up with somebody from Gambia.
Oh, that's another show.
Yeah.
That's another show. Ooh, that's why I said, listen, I mentioned the movie Turning Point. It's a B movie. It's on Amazon Prime, okay? I want y'all to watch that.
Turning Point.
Turning Point, okay? It's not reflective of everybody, but you have to be mindful.
It's showing you the mentality.
Right. It shows you the mentality. All is not lost. It's possible to get somebody that's worth something from over there. And it's sincere, okay? Not everybody's out for the green card. Not everybody. Some are. You gotta watch out for those. But that movie right there will give you the mentality on both ends and what have you. So, alhamdulillah. So, in conclusion, you as the spouse that's coming in, love your stepchildren. Okay? You as a person, the one that's coming in, keep being supportive of your spouse no matter what. And I'm talking about you be supportive of that spouse to have children with someone else. And you as a person coming in, and it's going to take a lot of sabr, and it's going to take a lot of du'as, but you control your tongue and control what's in your heart towards their ex. Like, don't, like somebody mentioned, like talking bad about the ex in front of the child. Don't be disrespectful. Just ignore them. You know, don't, get into any verbal altercations or anything like that with them. Just keep in constant dua. If that's your husband and you love him, or that's your wife and you love her, you support them. You're like, I'm here for you. I know you are going through stuff with your ex. If there's anything going on, sometimes it's not anything going on. But just say there's anything going on, I'm here for you. We together no matter what. You understand? I've married you fi sabilillah. That's why I'm here. You know, and that takes a real person of iman to actually say that. Because some people, they can't handle that. They don't want to go through all that stuff. But sometimes it's worth it. So you love like you're supposed to for the sake of Allah. You support your spouse for the sake of Allah. And you treat that person as they should be treated for the sake of Allah. Not because how they treat you. We get it, twisted. You don't treat somebody the way they treat you back. You treat them good regardless. Don't go down to their level. Let them come up to your level. No. You ain't rolling it down in the dirt with them. No. You make them come up to you, show you respect, to come up to you. Or you just, you just don't deal with them. You just support your spouse. So is there anything else you want to add to the show?
I spoke too much today already.
Alhamdulillah.
We got a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah, alhamdulillah, we do, mashallah.
And I said, you got a lot of catching up to do.
Oh, I got a lot of catching up to do? What you mean I got a lot of catching up to do?
I shouldn't have said nothing. I should have just let you do all the
time. Oh, you know what? He thought he was going to sit here and not talk about anything. Yes.
No, the subject got me involved. You wrote me in.
Yes, and we to be mindful of the shaitan trying to destroy our marriages. Yes, he's never off the job. He's not off the job during Ramadan. We think, during Ramadan it's all good. No, he done planted his seeds and it gets watered during Ramadan. Mm-hmm. And so we just take up the reins of his, seeds and keep it going. Even in Ramadan, you be like, how that person acting up in Ramadan? Because the seed's been planted. SubhanAllah. Don't give him nothing to plant. Be mindful of him because he's coming at us. His Oreo. You so funny, Sharon. Sharon funny. She just SubhanAllah. But yeah, so is there anything else you want to add? Again, keep following my page regarding my trip to the Gambia. I'll be posting more pics up and videos. Mashallah, join this journey with me. And if possible, I would like for you to make that journey as for yourself as well. It's possible. The shaitan make you think it's not possible. You say, well, I ain't got the money. I can't do this. I ain't got the time. I got to go to work. Anything is possible. That's what the shaitan, he wants you to feel like you can't do nothing and you stuck. That's a lie. Tell that Negro he a lie. I said Negro, I ain't say the word. He's a liar, okay?
This earth is spacious.
Yes, it's spacious.
Allah says that in the Quran. A lot of times you think that, your situation is tight. You don't have choices. You don't have options. You have a whole lot of options going up.
Mm-hmm. Yes, subhanAllah. So that's what I thought. It can't be possible. Just things that have happened. My sons, they study Quran over there now. It's so hard to fathom to be, separated from your child. But like I said, the Prophet ﷺ was separated, from his mother, and it was fine because it was for their benefit. Sometimes you got to let go of your child to to help them benefit and be better. As a person, this society at large, it's going in hell in a handbasket. Because the things that are being taught and made to be a norm, and our children have to be witnessed to and be consumed with, it's ridiculous. So you have to save yourself and your family, like Allah says. We refuse to connect with the book. Allah tells exactly what to do. Save yourselves and your family from the fire, whose fuel is what? Men and stones. Okay? Some of us are fuel for the fire. So if you're not trying to be fuel for the fire, you don't want your family to be fuel for the fire, save them. However you need to save them. And sometimes you have to go. You have to move out of your comfort zone. Your comfort zone is probably the thing that's destroying you. You think it's you being safe. You're not being safe. It's actually hurting you because you're not moving. You're not going nowhere. You're doing the same thing over and over like a hamster inside of that, that treadmill thing. He's going real fast. You ever had a hamster going all night long? He ain't going nowhere but in a circle. And that's how a lot of us are thinking, and that's how we do. Thinking we going somewhere, and we ain't going nowhere. Yeah. SubhanAllah. So, inshallah, I hope y'all enjoyed the show this evening. Inshallah, we'll be back next week with another episode of the Have Your Deen Show. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for the comments and questions. We appreciate it. Alhamdulillah. Share this video. We will put it on YouTube. Share it. But somebody might be able to benefit this. This is stuff that we need to discuss so that we can help us, navigate and be better people in general. And this can benefit Muslims and non-Muslims because we all getting, catching hell, in our families. So alhamdulillah, I miss y'all guys. Oh man, I miss y'all. Whole 4 weeks I was gone and y'all had to listen to him for 4 weeks by himself. But alhamdulillah, I know it's all good. At least y'all get to see him and talk to him. I really didn't have that type of communication. So I'm jealous. But anyway, now we got to get caught up. But alhamdulillah, but thank you for tuning in. And inshallah, may Allah bless you. Keep you strong. Keep your children in your du'as. The du'as of the parent is mustahaba, is accepted. So even if you're not Muslim, pray for your children. Non-Muslims that are listening, pray for your children. Muslims, pray for your children. Never stop. And don't pray against them. Pray for them. Because like I said, it's accepted. We want our children to be saved. They're our future, and we got to do what we can to protect us. I mean for the dua. So with that being said, you can close out.
No, you close out.
So you know what? I'm gonna obey him because he's a Kawamuna ala Rijal.
No, Ala Nisa.
Ala Nisa. I said it wrong. Oh, I'm Kawamuna ala Nisa. Oh, I said Rijal.
Right.
We ain't having that.
All right, close out.
Okay. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik wal asra innal insana lafi khusr illa alladhina amanu wa amilu salihati wa tawassaw bil haqqi wa tawassaw bis sabr. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alhamdulillah.